Trade talks have stalled, trust has frayed, and Washington says it has already lost patience. Relations between the US and India have been sliding downhill for months, some say for years. At the eye of the storm, the trade deficit. The US goods trade deficit with India hit $45.8 billion in 2024, with total trade at $212 billion. The numbers tell the story. Washington says it is unfair.
We have a bunch of countries to fix, like Switzerland, Brazil. Right, it's got an issue.
For years, US negotiators have argued that India sells far more to America than it buys back, while keeping its own market closed to US products. Washington's wish list has been on the table for a long time. Open India's markets wider to US goods, narrow the trade gap that favors India, enforce stricter intellectual property protections, allow free flow of digital data, fix the H-1B visa system, closing what Washington calls outsourcing loopholes used by the Indian IT giants, crack down on illegal migrants. India has resisted many of these demands, saying it needs policy space to protect farmers, jobs, and data sovereignty. The visa and outsourcing issue is especially political in Washington. Indian IT firms take up the largest share of H-1B visas, sending tens of thousands of engineers to the US on lower wages than American counterparts. At the same time, Indian nationals rank among the top groups for US visa overstays. The tensions didn't start yesterday. In 2019, the US suspended India's duty-free GSP trade status, a move that cost Indian exporters up to $6 billion a year. Tariffs on steel and aluminium bled another $2 billion annually from India's metal sector. Visa caps and outsourcing curbs were flagged repeatedly by Washington. Then came the Russian factor. New Delhi refused to scale back cheap Russian oil and weapons purchases, despite repeated American warnings. The White House insists those deals bankroll Moscow's war in Ukraine. The slow-burn friction erupted into a major blow when the US slapped tariffs of up to 50% on Indian goods, amongst the highest in the world. On top of that, a special 25% penalty now applies to any Indian transaction tied to Russia. Washington calls it a punishment. The economic fallout is already visible. India's PM Modi has gone into firefighting mode, promising tax cuts to help business and workers absorb the tariff blow, but the analyst warns the damage could be deep. Washington insists friendship cannot come at the cost of funding Russia's war machine. The picture is stark. A $46 billion trade gap, a 50% tariff wall with a 25% Russian penalty inside it, a $16 billion investor flight from Indian markets this year alone, a global bank's downgrade of India's market, billions more at risk across IT, metals, pharma, farming, and exports, and a strategic friendship under strain. New Delhi says it won't blink. Washington says it's done waiting. For India, bravado may soon give way to pragmatism. Save the economy or risk losing everything.